Okay, so we're going to do short vowels. The reason why I'm talking about short vowels is that it's helpful for Middle English to make a distinction between short and long vowels. And what I mean by that will become apparent in a minute. The basic message with short vowels is that they're basically the same as modern English ones, so you don't really have to worry about them very much. But still, we'll kind of take you through them to make sure that you're okay. Short vowels appear in unstressed syllables, just any unstressed syllable, the vowel's going to be short. They also appear in stressed syllables if the vowel is followed by two or more consonants, or if it's just a word with only one syllable. When we get onto long vowels, you'll see some kind of circumstances where they actually write like two vowels to say it's long, in which case obviously it's long. You've just got one vowel and it's in an unstressed syllable or followed by two consonants, or it's just a one syllable word, then consider it short, which means that it behaves just like you'd expect that letter to behave in modern English. Letter A is an A, letter I is an I, you know, it's really straightforward. There is a slight exception, so yeah, short vowels are easy, but there is this slight exception, which is the letter U. Well, it's not an exception, you just have to kind of clock that that's pronounced like U in Northern English. So up, not up, and other groovy words in Middle English, which I can't think of right now, but it doesn't matter. See the letter U, it's an U. So, you know, hopefully you're okay with that. In fact, if you're really lucky, you're Northern anyway. Confusingly as well, you sometimes get the letter O written where they mean a U. Now don't worry about this, right? If you just want to read it as an O, no harm will come to you. You know, the poetry will still work fine. But still, you know, just so that you feel you understand what's going on. This is the same phenomenon that we have in modern English. So you're used to seeing the word sun or the word wolf, and obviously in the word sun you've got an A, in the word wolf you've got an U. Both of those are the things you'd expect to be written with the letter U, right? And they're written with an O in modern English, and that's because sometimes people wrote the letter U with an O in Middle English. Why did they do that? Well, if you think about how medieval script works, the letters U and N look basically identical. A W, like in wolf, is written with two U's, so that's why it's called a W, right? So yeah, it's pretty hard to tell the difference between a U and an N. And sometimes, if they just had a lot of N's or W's or something in a word, they'd just be like, let's just write an O so that we can see what's going on. So you'll occasionally encounter words that have got an O in it, and you're like, oh, in modern English that would be an A sound or an U sound. In which case, say U. It's groovy. So those are the only real problems that you get with unstressed vowels. Let's just take you through some examples just to kind of show you how easy it is. Here's the first few words of the Canterbury Tales. Juan, that, April. Groovy. You know, there might be a few moments where you're saying a short vowel where, you know, actually Chaucer would have said something like April rather than April. But, you know, it's not going to make any serious difference to your appreciation of the poetry, and I'm sure he'd understand you if you said it to him. So, see just one vowel, you know, Juan, it's a one syllable word, so it's going to be short. That, one syllable word, it's going to be short. April, the A, the stressed syllable there, is followed by two consonants, so it's going to be short. I think that's going to be pretty straightforward. The drochter of March, same principle. The tendre croppes, easy. The word the, it's a low stressed word, so yeah, that's not going to be doing anything exciting. And obviously croppes, unstressed E, tendre, unstressed E, so they're going to be short as well. So that's your short vowels, and most of the vowels you see in Middle English are going to be short. So easy sticks. Still, let's have a look at long vowels as well. These are where things get a little bit more different from modern English, and you know, to really kind of appreciate the poetry and enjoy it, it's nice to kind of have a proper go at a long vowel. It's cool. Oh, actually, let's just do diphthongs first before we get on to long vowels. Diphthongs is where you have a syllable that has two vowels crunched into it, so you kind of move from one vowel to the other within the same syllable. The thing about how these work in Middle English is that you have to think about what the individual vowels would mean and then run them together. In modern English we often kind of pronounce these things quite differently from how they pronounce them in Middle English. So just break them down into their individual components. So a or a and I, I. May. So what we would now say is May, the month of May, is Mai. And hopefully it's easy to remember if you just think, okay, well, what are these sounds? I. Okay, cool. And what have we got next? Oh yeah, EI or EY, because, you know, like in modern English, they mean the same thing in Middle English, so that's easy. EI is not, well, EI is A. So veine. Okay, so actually it sounds like the modern English word as it happens, vein. Easy. And AU or AW is AU, ow. Counterbury. So they look a bit different from, or they sound a bit different from in modern English, but hopefully it's easy enough to think of the components and work it out from there. Groovy. Let's have a go at long vowels in the next video.